So welcome back. This is kind of part two of a two-part video that I was doing, talking about the responses that I received through a survey, a census rather, of the community that I've kind of built over the past couple of years. All throughout December, at the end of my videos, I had asked people to go through and fill out a survey. So we got just over 60 responses, which is pretty good. And the last question that I asked was, this is your opportunity to tell me a little bit about yourself or anything that you want me to know. And I was going to make a year-end video, and that's what this is. So this is me kind of reading over some of the highlighted comments that I received. I'm not going to read over every single one because I got 52 responses. Also, as I mentioned in the first video, my furnace broke within my apartment. I kind of live in a 3-plex building, and the furnace broke down about 2 days ago. So when people ask me how I'm doing, my response is usually,
in a word, cold. It's very cold all around here.
So yeah, you might hear in the background a couple heaters going on because I'm kind of encircling myself in heaters. I already blew a fuse because I used the same outlet for 2 of them. Rookie mistake, don't do that. Heaters take up a lot of energy. So let's get into some of the responses of this. And I'm going to start off the bat with one that I got a number of times. In fact, the first response that I got was, spend some time before making the video to get band names, album names, and track names right. And that wasn't the only one. Please at least let Google Translate read out non-English names to you a few times before you can at least try to get them right. And those were only the ones that I got here. I had a lot that were on my regular videos comments. Yes, I know that is something that I need to work on. It just reminds me of like these.
Can you turn around so I can get a name? Yes, that is a S, a K, and a J all next to each other, so that's a nope.
120 dead in a tidal wave in Kuala Lumpur, France.
Thank you for letting me know of that, and it is something that I'm continually working on. So a lot of that is, I mean, real talk for a second, I do have dyslexia, and a lot of it comes from reading out loud. Reading in my head, it took me a long time to actually start reading. It wasn't until like grade 6 or 7 that I was able to start to read. And it wasn't through lack of trying. Like, don't get me wrong, I tried. Oh, dear Lord, did I try. But yeah, I didn't really get it until about grade 6 or 7. And even then, reading out loud was a real struggle. So it's something to do with like my ability to take information in, process it, and get it back out. As I keep saying, it's not the inputs that are the problem. I can hear you just fine. It's the processing. It's the processor that needs some work. But that concept of used Google Translate to help really hear the word first, that was just brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Another one that I got was kind of my overall presence here. They're saying that I'm very gentle and very kind. Some of the highlighted ones were, you're so kind and gentle, feel those warm fuzzies. That was from actually Matt O'Leary. I did a collaboration with him. I'm leaving that guy there as well as down below. Go check it out. Matt is a fantastic music reviewer. I love everything that the man does. He speaks so eloquently that he kind of makes me jealous that I can't tap into that, so go and check him out. If you haven't already followed him, do so. He also highlights a lot of music that I don't particularly listen to, so it's good to have kind of a diverse scope of that kind of stuff. I really appreciate the time and effort you put into your reviews, especially discussing lyrics and their meanings, and how well they blend or not with the actual notes and melodies being played. Keep up the amazing job. Thank you! I try to put a little bit more of a spin and actually look at the lyrics and how it really affects the music, like especially with the concept album. Like, a concept album, the lyrics are so integral and ingrained in that. And I mean, not all concept albums have lyrics, like the Snow Goose, most of Godspeed You Black Emperor. The lyrics play such an integral part within that, within the overall story, within the themes, within the metaphors, that I can't help but talk about it. So thank you for pointing that out. Your reviews are so informative and relaxing. Keep up the amazing work. I guess I kind of like to think of myself as like the Bob Ross of progressive rock like videos of, you know, no band is really creating any mistakes. It's all just happy accidents. Well, except for like Abacab and 90125, those were mistakes. You're one of my favorite music reviewers on YouTube. Your reviews are so insightful and your opinions are interesting even if I don't agree with them. For example, I really loved To the Bone by Steven Wilson and still found your review of it enjoyable, and I could understand where you were coming from. Paul. I've left Paul's Twitter handle on that comment because thank you, Paul. In fact, I am a big supporter of a disagreement within musical styles. Like, one of the main reasons why I still love and follow YouTubers like The Needle Drop and Rock is because they provide a different opinion to an album. In fact, The Needle Drop's, like Anthony Fantano's opinion of the new Godspeed You Black Emperor is very different than mine, but it's still valid and it's still something that I want to take into consideration because it provided a different facet of the album. So I encourage a difference of opinion so that we can get a better scope of the musical presentation that we have on here. I love the channel as it has led me to finding out about many bands I never knew existed, which has subsequently increased the variety of bands genres I listen to. Keep up the great work, Peter. Thank you. Again, one of the main reasons why I put this whole YouTube thing together was to get more of a recognition of bands and genres that hadn't been given a platform before. So it's something I want to continue to do. Now, this is one that I actually want to talk about a little bit because I really enjoyed this comment. I like your sincerity, which has made your channel unique and defies your way of making reviews. But in my opinion, the thumbnails for your videos weren't much better than they captured a reaction or a still image from the original video rather than a photo reaction you made. It just reminded me of some of the annoying channels where the host needs a picture of them yelling out something. Also, never apologize for your opinions. People are going to hate me for this after choosing an album over another. I mean, we snobs are used to that. Don't worry about it. Smiley face. Okay, so I actually really like this comment. It was the perfect kind of sandwich in the fact of compliment, critique, and then compliment again. So yeah, in fact, it is something that I was thinking about for my thumbnails. I thought they were getting a little bit repetitive. I was using that same kind of for a lot of them. And it was something, again, that I started doing to mimic and emulate those that had already been working. Like, I was using things like from Chris Stuckman, things from like way back in the day. Moontoon used to have his videos of the same kind of so I wanted something to kind of put in the thumbnails, but I'm going to start actually doing like still shots of me within the video, then with the album over to the side. So I think that'll work out a little bit better. And I'm always going to apologize. I'm a Canadian. That's just what I do. I do need to kind of take honage of this is my opinion and it's still valid. So thank you for giving me that direction. Thanks for helping me justify my unhealthy addiction to prog. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I really love your videos, and I want to thank you so much for presenting me with some of my favorite albums of the year. Harmina, Venus, for example. I'm really glad I found your channel. Cheers, and keep safe. Fernando II. Okay, I just kind of put this on here because your name is the bomb. Fernando II? Dude, yes! Hey, I really like your work. Your vids have helped me rediscover how fun it is to discover new music. Really brings me back to my high school years where me and a bunch of my friends used to be super excited and talk about music. Thanks. Again, part of the reason why I started this. I'm glad to see that my intent is following through. Thanks for introducing me to Fido, and keep up the good work of finding me new bands. Also, feel free to venture more into the realm of jazz fusion if you don't mind. Bands in the same vein as Return to Forever, Mahavishnu, Horomi, Bill Bruford's solo stuff, etc. That would be great. Man, I love all those bands that you had just mentioned. Return to Forever is a personal favorite of mine, and Bill Bruford is still my favorite drummer from of all time. So maybe I'll get into jazz fusion. I'm not as familiar with it. I know I've listened to Harmonie. I think that's, again, how you pronounce it. Going on about can't pronouncing names. And Mahavishnu, I've heard a couple of releases from, so who knows? I love your channel, man. My life wouldn't be the same without all of your great music you've introduced me to. Thank you. I love you as well. Like, I always say this, but it's true. I love all of my viewers, and comments like that just reinforces that. So thank you. I'm glad that I could provide that for you. Hey man, I really enjoy your insight and delivery. I love how without using technical terms to describe what is going on in the music, you still use your own language to describe how you feel of the music. Keep up those reviews. Greetings from Trilly. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, but there it is. Thank you so much. One of the reasons why I don't use a lot of technical terms is because I don't really know them. Another comment that came through was, what is your musical background, and do you have any training in terms of instruments? I'm going to do a whole separate review or a separate video for that. But let's just concisely bring that to, I'm not really classically trained. I don't know a lot of the terminology, so that's why I don't use them. I don't know them, so I have to kind of come up with my own language to describe it, and in a way that I feel can reach the most amount of people. So yeah, thank you. Hey Notes, I just want to let you know that your positivity and perseverance are an inspiration. Keep it up. Dan. Thank you. I try to live my life in an optimistic sense. You know, a positive emotion always trumps a negative emotion, so I try to exude that, and it's how I approach my life. It's how I approach pretty much anything, and I like to have that, like, real enthusiasm about it, and it's so easy when it's with prog and you love it so much. So yeah, thanks. Hi Notes, I have to say your reviews really got me into some new spheres of prog. Smiley face. Thank you for sharing your wide sky of prog mastery knowledge with us, and let's keep enjoying music together. By the way, I'd love to see your reviews on movies and or games, for example. All the best from 2018, and kindest regards, Marco from Germany, Hamburg. Thank you, Marco. The reason why I wanted to mention this one is I love the fact that some person has said that I have a wide sky of prog mastery knowledge. That's actually pretty cool. Thank you. Let us know when find a modern prog album that can seriously really hold a candle to the greats from the 70s, because I've never heard it. Ian, there are some fantastic albums that are still coming out within this decade. That's why I did the Masterpiece Theater. That's why I want to keep doing the Masterpiece Theater, to highlight some of those albums that can still stand toe-to-toe with a lot of those masterworks from the 70s. So I'm going to do a little bit more of those. I mean, look at my top 10 of this year. I really feel like Mike Oldfield brought it within his return to Omadon. Godspeed definitely brought it this year. I feel like Luciferian Towers can definitely hold its own with a lot of prog albums from the past. But I am going to do more Masterpiece Theaters, which I hope cover that as well. So thank you for the comment. Hey, you're doing a great job, Notes. You should be proud of your work. Here's to a fantastic 2018. I am proud of my work. Sometimes I don't see it all that often. Like, I don't see the proudness that I have, but I'm trying to appreciate it a little bit more. So thank you for reminding me of that. As a fellow nerd fighter, I really enjoy your sensitive character. You not just talk about the facts and figures, but aspects of the music which really moves you. And you really care about what's going on in the music business and society in general. I really liked your video about women in prog rock very much. Since 2014, I tried to post on Facebook one prog song every day in October and called it Annoyance to my friends Progtober. This year I tried to achieve a female quota of 51%. No easy task. So thank you for all those videos so far. I'm looking forward to watching new stuff in 2018. Greetings from the musical capital Vienna and DFTBA, Warner Solm. Well, Warner Solm, don't forget to be awesome yourself. I am a huge nerd fighter. I tried my best to contribute to Project for Awesome this year, but unfortunately a number of things came up that I just couldn't contribute. And I love the fact that you enjoy that kind of sensitive side, because it is something that I want to have more prominent on here. A lot of the reviewers that I follow, like that I love, that I already mentioned, The Needle Drop, Rocked, Cover Killer Nation, all these guys are very like guys, and I never really found myself as being that, and growing up and even in my adolescent and young adult life, that was always seen as a negative. That was always seen as a, oh, you can't be sensitive, oh, you can't have a feminine side. And so to hear that people appreciate that on here, it makes me feel very warm and very accepted here, and that really helps. And also, great work on raising awareness of, you know, needing to have a more female presence in here. Hitting 51% quota, that is recommended, and I give you thumbs up for trying. Like, that is fantastic. And yeah, thank you so much for the comment. I really want to put this one near the end because it really hit me quite hard. But I've got one more that I wanted to highlight as the final comment on this. Hi, my name is Ethan Work. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, a cancer patient, and a music snob, and many other things. I just wanted you to know that your videos have been a part of a long list of things that have helped me through the many struggles I have experienced recently. Thank you for your personality being such a shining light in my life. I hope to see your channel grow and thrive in the near future, make it even better than before, and most importantly, keep on progging. Ethan, this one hit me like right in the feels. Thank you so much. I'm with you on your journey of recovery. Hopefully that if you are still suffering from cancer, that you are cancer free very, very soon. And just knowing that I've helped you along the way it really, really gave me like a shining light. Because sometimes I sit back, I'm like, why am I pouring so much dedication, energy, and time into this when I could be doing other things? But it's really comments like this that give me that push to continue on and to strive to increase the quality of my videos. So thank you so much. And as you know, my good friend Bob Ross has always left with his videos, I'm going to leave you with God bless, my friend. So thank you so much for everybody that filled that out. Again, I didn't get to everybody. I did get a few questions that I'm going to create whole new videos for, because I have a lot more to say about that. So thank you to each and every one of you who filled out that survey and gave me feedback. Please keep it up. It's something that I want to do moving forward with comments on videos. I want to take those comments and maybe do one a month, maybe one a season, of just like the best comments and things that I could say about it more in like a letters to notes or something like that. And also, don't let this be the end. Keep that conversation going. Comment on this video down below of some of the things you want me to expand upon, other things you want me to talk about. Please leave those guys by commenting down below, because I want to keep doing things like this and interacting with you guys, as opposed to just giving you album review after album review after album review. I want to have a little bit more engagement, because that's one of my resolutions this year, is to have more of an engaging presence as opposed to just me sitting up on a pedestal giving you my information. So that's it from me. This is already a pretty long video, but thank you for sticking it through. As always, you guys are definitely the best, and you've really proved it with this. You guys 100% are the best. Thank you so much for that. And until next time, notes out.